Shalom, shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off this video by giving all honor, praises, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, L'chakadosh. Double honors to my teachers, the elder apostles, and elder bishops of Great Millstone, teaching and willing well. Peace, salutations, and blessings unto the hopeful elect of the house of Israel. Right? So we're going to go into this Mark 4, and Lord willing, this will be edifying. Okay? So I'll jump. Let me see. We're going to go through the whole chapter, but I want to start at a specific point. He says here, Mark 4 and 13, and he said unto them, Know ye not this parable? And how then will ye know all parables? Okay, so this, we're going to go into the parable of the sower, okay, which is as it says, basic understanding. This is a basic entry-level understanding that, as we're going to go into it, the parable of the sower is just to establish how this truth is precious and is not revealed unto many. Okay, it's not of your own will that you can come into this truth. It's of the Lord. Okay, you see. So, and some people still don't understand that you can't save yourself and you can't save others. Okay, it's of the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai that He puts His Spirit in you to seek Him. Okay, you see. And again, the Lord will have mercy on whom He will have mercy. Okay, you see. So as I was saying, this understanding, this knowledge is not for everyone. Okay, it's given unto those that were found worthy of obtaining this knowledge. Alright, and again, we have to thank Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai that allowed us to come out of the world so that we can understand the better way, which is in Yahushai. Okay. And now finding the way, as it says, many are called but few are chosen. So it's not just you coming out of the world, it's you enduring unto the end, making a full end of your ministry, making a full proof of your ministry until Yahushai's return. Okay. So again, it says here, Mark 4 and 1, and he began again to teach by the seaside, and there was gathered unto him a great multitude, so that he entered into a ship and sat in the sea, and the whole multitude was by the sea on the land. And he taught them many things by parables, and said unto them in his doctrine, Hearken, behold, there went out a sower to sow. And it came to pass, as he sowed, some fell by the wayside, and fowls of the air came to devour it up. And some fell on the stony ground, where it had not much earth, and immediately it sprung up, because it had no depth of the earth. But when the sun was up, it was scorched, because it had no root. Because it had no root, and it withered away. And some fell among thorns, and the thorns grew up and choked it, and it yielded no fruit. And others fell on good ground, and did yield fruit, that sprung up and increased, and brought forth some 30, some 60, and some 100. And he said unto them, He that had ears to hear, let him hear. So if you have understanding, understand this. Okay? And he said unto them, Unto you it is given to know the mysteries of the Most High, but unto them that are without, all these things are done unto parables. That are done in parables. Okay? So even though the word, as it says, the word was preached unto them as well as unto us, but it did not profit them because it was not mixed with faith. Okay, you see. So again, those are the categories of people that are in the world. Okay, well, ultimately I'll say Israelites, the category of Israelites that are in the world. Okay, and basically those grounds. So basically there are some who are who are wayside Israelites. Okay, some are stony ground Israelites, some are thorn Israelites, and others are good ground Israelites. Okay, and those are the elect. Okay, and the great multitude. Okay, those that are found worthy to be delivered. Those represent the good grounds. Okay, the ground representing your mind. Okay, able to not only receive the word, but also keep it and bring forth fruit. Okay, you have to simulate it. You have to associate your mind as being a fertile ground. Okay, and the word is the seed. Once the word is planted in your mind, it has to grow. Okay, and then again, some that fell on the wayside, they were devoured. Okay, so it didn't even as soon as pertain to, we're gonna go into it. Let's go into the breakdown so I don't let the word talk more than myself. Okay, you see. But again, this mystery is not given unto many. Okay, it was given unto those that believe unto those that were found worthy. Again, it's not of us, it's of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. It says, you have not chosen me, but I have chosen you. Okay, that you may bring forth fruit. Okay, so that you may endure in the word and produce fruit that are unto salvation. Okay, and it says here, I'll read 11 again. And he said unto them, unto you it is given to know the mystery of the kingdom of the Most High, but unto them that are without, all these things are done in parables. Okay, that seeing they may see and not perceive, and hearing they may hear and not understand. So even if it's available to them, they cannot come to the complete understanding, because they have not the spiritual mind to understand these things. Because again, the word is spiritual. You must be spiritual to attain this knowledge, this deep knowledge. Okay, some people are on a carnal level, and since, as it says, the carnal mind is enmity unto the Most High. So the way that the world thinks, okay, is completely adverse to how the Lord has set up things. So they can never come to the understanding of the right way, because their mind is geared to be in opposition against the Most High and His ways, His order that He has established in the world. Okay, so again it says here that seeing they may see and perceive not. So they see, but they don't understand what they're seeing, and hearing they may hear and not understand. So even if you tell them the truth, they won't accept it or acknowledge it as being the truth, because they cannot fully grasp the full understanding. Lest at any time they should be converted and their sins should be forgiven them. So again, that's the result of you being completely of you accepting the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai as being true. Because not only are you going to convert, meaning repent, turn from your ways, forsake the ways of the world and turn back to the righteous way, you're going to put in action. Okay, you're going to do the action of becoming a new creature. Okay, changing the way your mind is. Okay, so at one point your mind was not fertile. Okay, but then you change the ways, and now it's like if you're a gardener. Okay, you're not just gonna plant a seed directly on the land. First, you have to till the land. Okay, so coming to the truth, when you're first hearing this truth, okay, you have to till the land, and basically that's how you're changing your ways, abstaining from evil, learning, okay, in the ways of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And most people do not want to do these things, man. They do not wish to go through the process of tillage, okay, because again, if you go to church, they'll tell you the Lord hates the sin, but He loves the sinner. But that's completely false, man. It says that the Lord is angry with the wicked every day. Okay, it says the sinner and the sin and the sinner are abomination to the Lord. Okay, you see. So the Lord has no pleasure in sinners. Okay, so He, as much as He hates the sin, as much as He hates the sinner. Because if you're sinning, that means that you're disobeying. Okay, you're disobeying the orders of the Lord, man. And the Lord is a great power to be feared. Okay, so if you're sinning, constantly sinning, you're constantly not following after His ways, that means that you're completely disobeying the Lord, man. Okay, and again, that's not to say that as followers of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, you're perfect. Okay, you're not perfect. We do go off, we do sin, but the thing is, we get back up and we still fight that fight of faith. Okay, because again, it's not because of the fact that we're not sinning that we're going to be delivered. Is because we trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. We trust in the sacrifice that Yahushai has done for us. Okay, that's the difference. Okay, you can be as righteous, as self-righteous as you want, but your righteousness is as filthy rags in the sight of the Lord. Okay, there's a way that the Lord has established salvation to be obtained, and that's through Yahushai. If you come any other way, you're not going to make it. Okay, so that's the importance. So yes, works are important. Faith without works is dead. Okay, so you can have all the works you want, but without the faith, it will not profit you, as I mentioned, pertain to Hebrews 4 and 2. Okay, so again it says here, lest at any time they should be converted, and their sins should be forgiven them. Okay, and he said unto them, know ye not this parable? And how shall ye know all parables? And that was the precept that sparked this lesson. Okay, because again, this parable of the sower is a very basic entry level parable. Okay, because if you can't understand that, how are you supposed to understand the deeper knowledge? Okay, the deeper abstracts of the knowledge of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua. This is very basic, understanding that this truth is not for everyone. It's not because you're in that the Lord opened your eyes that He's gonna open the mind of your brother, your sister, your mother, your father. Okay, the Lord has chosen those that He wants. Even Yahweh Shai, the Messiah Himself, had family members that did not believe that He was the Messiah. Okay, not everyone that was Yahweh Shai, the Messiah, had physical brothers and sisters. James and Jude. Okay, they were in the truth. Okay, James and Jude, they were in the truth, but his other brothers believed not. Okay, he had brothers and sisters who were unfaithful. Okay, even if Yahweh Shai was the Messiah, his sisters, some of his brothers did not believe who he was, man. You see? So this truth is not for everyone. That's what makes it even more precious. Okay? So it says here, the sower soweth the word. Okay? So the prophets, starting with Yahweh Shai, the prophets that he sent, and the laborers, man. Okay? They sow with the word. That the word represents the seed. Okay? And these are they by the wayside, where the word is sown. But when they have heard, Satan cometh immediately and taketh away the word that was sown in their hearts. So as soon as you start hearing the word, okay, Satan or the distractions of the world come and take away that seed. That's the wayside. You're not being, even if you heard it right away, immediately, the word is taken out of you. Okay. You see, because you're too immersed in the world. Okay, so the seed couldn't even get buried. Okay, that's an idle mind, man. Okay, that's a mind that is not fit to receive the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Okay, it's like the attention span of a fish. Okay, I believe the attention span of fishes or a fish is like 3 seconds. So as soon as you hear the word, immediately it leaves you. Okay, and then you're back into your foolishness. Okay. And these are likewise they which are sown in a stony ground. When they have heard the word, immediately they receive it with gladness. So yes, they accept it, they acknowledge this as being the truth, but have no root in themselves, so endure but for a time. So yes, they might come into the truth, they might acknowledge this as being the truth, but because it's not, there's no root, they're not rooted in the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, they're not fully persuaded, they're not gonna accept it. They're not going to fully be immersed in the ways of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Eventually they'll fall off. Afterward, when affliction and persecution ariseth for the word's sake, immediately they are offended. So as soon as they start catching hell, they lose faith. Okay, as it says, if your strength is small in the day of adversities because you're weak. Roughly paraphrased. Okay, they lack faith. Without faith, it is impossible to please the Lord. And again, if you come to serve the Lord, prepare your soul for temptation. These people were not prepared. They did not count the cost, and they were not mentally prepared to endure suffering for the kingdom of heaven. Okay, because that's the price to pay to inherit the everlasting life. You have to be rejected of the world. Look at Yahweh Shai's walk. Okay, he was rejected of his own. He was crucified. He was mocked. He was spat on. Okay, every day he was being tested. Okay, by these wicked Pharisees, Sadducees, unbelievers. Okay, you look at Yahweh Shai's walk and the things that he had to endure. The servant is not greater than the master. So imagine if that's what they did to Yahweh Shai. How much worse are they going to do it unto his servants? All right. So again, because of the affliction and persecution, immediately they are offended. Okay, and as it says, blessed are those that are not offended at my word. If you're offended, that means that you're not really, you don't really understand what you're a part of. Okay, because it says what Paul said. What I will endure all things for the elect's sake. All things, just as Yahweh Shai endured all things. Okay, as it says in Romans, as it says in Hebrews 12. Okay, let me get that real quick. I'll go back. Okay, let me tell you this. Salakia. Plus I'll have to get ready for work too. For time's sake, I wanted to read the whole chapter, but for time's sake, I'm just gonna go through the point. So it says here in Hebrews 12:2, looking unto Yahweh Shai, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is sat down at the right hand of the throne of the Most High. For consider him that endured such contradictions of sinners against himself, lest ye be weary and faint in your minds. Ye have not striven unto blood, so like ye have not resisted unto blood, striving against sin. Okay, so again, put it in your mind. You have to always constantly remind yourself of what Yahweh Shai had to endure, and understand that you're not worthy to put to fit Yahweh Shai's shoes. Okay, the suffering and tribulation that Yahweh Shai had to suffer was on a higher level, and he was perfect. He didn't sin in that reincarnation. Okay, so how much more are we worthy to face those tribulations, those hardships, and those judgments that we're facing? Okay, so we're supposed to take it, as it says, count it all joy when you face diverse temptation. Okay, you're supposed to be glad. That's a different mindset, knowing that you're suffering for the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Because blessed are you when you're persecuted for the name's sake, because they did the same things to the prophet. If you're suffering for the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, for the kingdom's sake, for the doctrine's sake, is because you're doing the right thing. Because the world is in darkness and the people are in a gross darkness. So of course there's an opposition. The just is an abomination to the wicked, and the wicked is an abomination to the just. He that departed from evil becometh a prey. Okay, so going back to Mark, Mark 4:18. And these are they which are sown among the thorns, such as hear the word, and the care of this world, and the deceitfulness of riches, and the lust of other things enter in and choke the word, and it becometh unfruitful. So now you're too focused on the world. As much as you acknowledge Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai as being the way, being the truth, you're too distracted with the glitter and glamour of the world. Okay, you're too enticed by the affairs of this life. Okay, so that you do not focus, you do not give your attention to the things that are really edifying. You're not putting forth the effort to have life everlasting. You're not investing in the kingdom to come. You're investing in the kingdom that is now. Okay, you see, and that's ultimately is going to lead you to your downfall, because when you're going to have to make a choice between this life and the kingdom of heaven, you're going to choose this life. Okay, because you had your share in this life and you have your investments in this life. Okay, where your treasure is, that's where your heart is also, meaning your mind. If your mind is in, as I mentioned in the lesson yesterday, Colossians 3, if your mind is in the heavens where Yahweh Shai dwelleth, you will not love the things that are in this world. Okay, you're gonna seek for the things that are above, the things that are pleasing unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay, just as Yahweh Shai made himself poor so that we can be rich, you will also sacrifice this life so that you can obtain greater riches in the kingdom to come. All right, so again, those are those that are in the good grounds. Okay, that are willing to sacrifice, to lose on this side, to take the low, so that they can obtain victory that will be everlasting. Okay, in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, in truth and in righteousness. Okay, it says here, verse 20, and these are they which are sown on good ground, such as hear the word and receive it. Okay, so not only do they hear it, they receive it, they accept it, it's sown. Okay, it takes root, and then it says what? It brings forth fruit, some 30-fold, some 60, and some 100. Okay, you see, Lord, I'm gonna end it here, but again, that's a basic understanding, basic knowledge. Okay, that this truth is not for everyone, and only a few. Okay, you'll see, as it says, a tree is known by its fruits. Okay, if you're working the fruits of righteousness, it will be known, it will be shown. First of all, you'll have the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. You abstain from evil. You're walking in the fear of the Lord. Okay, a man, you're gonna be known by your speech. Okay, people will know that you're a different kind of individual, because people will know that, hey, even if they might not know that you're serving Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, they'll know that, yo, there's something different about this guy. Okay, because of how you walk, your demeanor, your composure. Okay, you see? But Lord willing, I'll do a part 2 pertaining to the rest of this lesson. But this is the basic understanding, that this truth is not for everyone, and you should count yourself worthy. You should count yourself blessed that the Lord has opened your mind to understand this truth. And it says, hold fast what you have until I return. So this truth, this knowledge, until the return of Yahushua, that you may obtain mercy in the time of wrath. All right. So Lord willing, this was edifying. Until next lesson, shalom.